Been locked up, they won't let her out. They won't let her out. She getting locked up, they won't let her out. When I tell you I'm so happy about this, y'all have no idea. This is a trash piece of a woman. Tigger married this damn dirty foot, and then she put her foot up his ass. She sure did. You are in the Black Radio Hall of Fame, sir. You are decorated, Tigger. You have a pristine career. Never been in any controversy. And you go marry a dirty foot with 3 different baby daddies and ain't none of them in the picture. And you decided to play daddy to all them kids, including yourn. And now she done took yourn away. And from what I'm being told, he was the one that gave the drop on the location of her heading northbound on 85 to go get her because his baby was in the car. We did an entire interview with the father. This is no allegedly. Alicia kidnapped their daughter from foster care. This is the same daughter Tigger's wife, Alicia, left in a cold car while she went into a casino and left that baby in the car, and she started pissing and pooping on herself and throwing up. They took the baby over something else, put the baby in foster care. And Alicia kidnapped the baby from foster care, not from the daddy, because the daddy and the mother were fighting, trying to get her back, but she didn't want the daddy to get her because she was an unfit damn mother. Says Tigger didn't want to do no background report or believe all the people that was reaching out to him, all the men that she's had locked up over the past. You know what? He's got to go through the same thing. The only difference is he exercising his cards a lot better. He had his main card, which was the kidnapping card. Go ahead, listen to this man's story that Alicia allegedly did whatever to him too. Go ahead.
The craziest woman I've ever dated in my entire life. I don't know how Big Tigger married her, but I don't know how you got to that point. But bruh, this lady was crazy, man. She was one of them people who took things to the fullest extent. Literally tried to get my juice bar. Used to own a juice bar in Baltimore. Tried to get that shut down. Reached out to the owners of the actual building that I was leasing. Also, I was the brand and marketing manager for DTLR Inc. And she literally contacted HR, said that I recorded a video having sex with her in the company. Wild stuff, bro. It's crazy.
Tigger, you not protecting her now because it's interrupted your bag after she's done this over and over and over to many men. I just think that's selfish. So now you couldn't see your baby, so now you want to lock her up. But it was a man that contacted you, Darrell Williams, who said that she had kidnapped his baby. 3 different fathers. You didn't think to reach out to say, let me see what the issue is. And any real man that's a true leader of a household is going to ensure that there is proper relationships being made between the kids and their fathers.
So the more information comes out about this Big Tigger tobacco, the more you understand the importance of men's mental health, men's self-esteem, and the poor decisions that many men make. This is a self-inflicted wound. This is simping 101, jellyback simp. And Big Tigger has entered the realm of my top 5 simps of the year. I mean, the red flags with this woman is like the Chinese parade of red flags. I mean, Jesus, Big Tigger. I mean, you guys are down bad, man. You think because a man, you see Will Smith, you see Tyrese, you see all these other guys, you think because they're successful in their careers that their mental health and their self-esteem is strong or is high or whatever else. But when it comes to women, some of these guys, their self-worth, their sense of self-worth is at the bottom of the pits. That's why I had a problem. I pushed back against this high-value man nonsense, even though I understand men becoming the best version of themselves and being successful. Because a lot of these guys who are successful in their own career, or they have great talent, or they can offer the world certain value. That duck is crazy. How they feel about themselves internally is not high value at all. In fact, they feel low value. Internally, they're low value men, but their success in terms of materialism, access, and resources is high. But that's why I use the word high quality men on there, because it goes to the totality. Their self-esteem, their self-worth, their mental health. It's more important than just the material aspect of life. Because like they say, well, this guy, like I've seen a certain content creator, a certain individual. Obviously, he's a certain wealthy man with resources. But I look at his legs is black with diabetes. Is he a high value man by certain standards? Yes. He's wealthy. He has power. He has influence. But his health is trash. He doesn't even, and you know, how you high value, you don't even like your own self. You hate your own self to the point where you won't even take care of your own health and your own hygiene or whatever else. Or you're not taking care of your health or protecting yourself in a way that would demonstrate that high value, because health is wealth. Once you lose your health, it don't matter how much money you got in the bank, your health, your freedom, your life is trash. And that's really what it comes down to. So we got to be careful with these labels, because most of these labels are based on a metric where men think that having access to women and lots of women, by definition of your own personal material success, is a defining point of just your masculinity. And that just makes you high value, because not just your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, your mental health, and especially with these guys who don't feel completed themselves. You know, they think that their life has no meaning. Good morning, my brother. Unless they have a woman. Their self-worth has no meaning unless they have a woman. And again, hey, good morning. And it's so easy for these guys to get turned out. By what? This lack of self-discipline. This how you feel about yourself, to the point where you allow such a tragedy into your life. And we've all made mistakes in life. I'm not perfect. We've all had our our failings in life as men. Never me to this type of extent, where you can see the red flags in this one from a mile away. But this is a self-inflicted wound, period. And we can see this by the way this woman acts, her behaviors. She's done it before. She's done it multiple times. That's why you always have to, if you're talking about long-term relationships, you got to get the whole facts report on many of these women. And I guess men too. Women need to do it to men too. With certain men, you got to get a report. You got to, make better decisions. And I'm not saying that because, there's no perfection. A Peaceful Life has made some mistakes too. There ain't no virtue signaling bullshit out of me. But you learn, you get smart. And as a mature man, when you're making decisions, you have to make a decision not based upon, your emotions and your feelings and arousal and sex and everything else. You got to make a decision based upon, is this and you're talking about he elevated this woman to the level of wife. These dudes, that's why we talk about, these dudes are elevating some of these people, these women, to wifely roles in their life. The ability to put that woman in position, that woman, where she can absolutely sink your ship. Well, she can do it even without being married, but that's a whole other story. But that's what these dudes are doing. This is a low self-esteem epidemic. That's why I erase the word high value. I don't use that shit. Because I gotta have a conversation. For me to determine if a man's high value, I'd have to send him for a psychological evaluation. You'd have to have a conversation with my brother, the kosher clinician, someone like a Dr. Orion Taraban. Have a sit, because if your mindset and your mentality is not high value, but your only thing that's high value about you is your personal achievements, you're not, just get rid of that shit. Just to say respectful, honorable, quality men. How about that? Because when you look at these guys and the mistakes they're making, the Will Smiths, the Tyreses, all of them. Many men. And don't get me wrong, there's some systematic things in place too that screw men over. I acknowledge that on this channel. But what happens inevitably is we're not considering men's mental health, men's self-esteem, and how men move in their own life and how they feel about themselves as a driving force for the poor decisions that many of us make. Peace and blessings to you guys. Let me go pick up the space on this walk. Peace is beautiful, gentlemen. Protect your peace. I'm out. Make sure you hit the like button.